I'm gonna call the meeting to order. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remove your hats. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. We'll have the treasurer's report, please.
Yes.
There's one sheet of the box down there.
Right here, where it's supposed to be. Sorry about that. Okay, in business checking, we have $6,023.31. In the money market savings, we have $254,588.65. The bond 285th savings, we have $12,501.59. We have two outstanding checks for a total of $1,717. We had $400 come in from Pulse Broadband, and a driveway permit for $1,475, and a driveway permit only for $300, and bond interest was $1.06, and money market interest was $21.64, for a grand total of $273,113.55.
Say that again, Bonnie, I didn't have that on the sheet.
$273,113.55.
Sandy County Treasures, that was from last month then, right?
The what?
Yeah, Sandy County Treasures. So it's the 2,261.
What?
Yeah, so change your total. I had the, that's the total from the last one. So
Yeah, so
270,
just cross out that 316.90, run a line through that, and it's 273, 113.55. Is there any additions or corrections to the treasurer's report?
is there any gophers, Bonnie, or anything?
Well, for claims, yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
All right, let's move on to the last month's minutes.
A couple corrections.
Oh, what's that? On that? Okay, what's that?
A couple corrections gotta make on that. I was the one that made the motions and it was seconded by you. 6, old business. Says Peterson made a motion.
No, I didn't, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's you.
Bankin made a motion and it was seconded by Pedersen. And right below that, the same thing.
Okay.
Changed them two around.
Mm-hmm.
So banking on both them?
Bankin made a motion on both of them, correct? I made a motion to approve the plow truck, the plow purchase for the truck.
Mhm.
And it was seconded by,
Seconded by me.
and that's for that, that's the only two corrections that I noticed. You see anything?
The board approved tree, I thought I made a motion to accept it. Didn't I make a motion to accept the brush from Travis? Did you second it?
Yeah, I was unanimous, so I just said approve
Motion
there.
carried, it did, yeah, it didn't say, made a motion on that one. You wanna add?
That's up to you guys, I just pointed it out.
With those corrections, is there a motion to approve last month's minutes?
With those corrections, I make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
Second.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to the claims here. So, the city of North Branch Fire for that $37,000 I thought we were splitting that. Did we split that?
Yep, you guys have, every meeting you have to make a motion. I mean, when I get the bill, I gotta bring you the whole bill, and then you guys decide how you wanna pay it.
So have we paid part of that, or?
In the past, you paid half now and then half in December.
We,
Okay.
they were behind last year, so we paid last year's sometime this spring. Remember we got?
32,000.
Yeah, so we've already got that amount, and then now this, so, yeah, we usually do half
Yeah,
until the end of the year.
so, what's your pleasure with that fire bill? Do you wanna do half, or what do you wanna do?
Yeah, let's do half. We'll change that to,
I'll just split it in half if that's what you're
split it
looking
in half. Huh?
at. If you're looking at, I'll just split it in half.
Yeah, split it in half.
Is there a second to that
Second.
motion? Okay. With that, adjustment, then we have gopher feet, Bonnie, is that right?
Just 1 second. Okay, Excel Energy for $27.66, and Gopher Feet for $28.
That's $27.66?
$27.66 for Excel, and for Gopher Feet, 28.
28. Okay. So,
And if you divide the fire bill in half, it's $18,814.15. Or wait,
2 cents.
1 cent. Well, it comes out 1.5 cents.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go to 2 cents on that.
Well, you round up, you're supposed to round up.
run it by
Round
me,
up
Go
then,
up to 2 cents on that.
run it by me again, Bonnie.
$18,814.02.
And 2 cents. With those, changes to the, claims, is there a motion to pay the claims?
I make a motion to pay the claim with those 3 additions.
Second.
Okay. So let's move on to the road reports. What are you guys finding out there?
I see they delivered culverts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talked to Kip today, met him out there, he looked at all of them, so he's thinking about 2 weeks. He'll get
Okay.
them all put in, call locates in, and
Mhm. Cool, yeah.
Getting a little choppy on some of the intersections, but it's normal.
yeah, we'll get
For this time of year, it's pretty normal for.
Yeah, well,
we'll
I'm
get them dialed in. It's
with,
dry is not good, but
with the, I don't want Sean to get a big head, but I really like the way he's been bringing it back, so that as you come off the asphalt onto the gravel, it's smooth, it's very smooth. And, that's not always the case, because people always hit the brakes when they hit the gravel. And so it gets washboardy there, but it's, if you'll notice, it's very nice, coming off the asphalt onto the gravel. And we have a nice crown, and, gee, they are really pretty darn nice. So, yeah, no recommendations for the roads?
Touch them up when we get some rain.
Yeah, that's what, I guess that's what I would say too.
Keep at it until they freeze up.
So let's, look at the old business then, and, Hollis can give us a little update on the, trucks being serviced.
They all should be ready by the next meeting. We should have all 3.
So we had the radiator out of one,
Yep, got the radiator out of one,
and the hydraulic pump is going into the other.
yep, and he texted me at 10 o'clock last night and showed me it was going in.
Cool, good, yeah, well, that's good.
Who does our repair work on our equipment?
Well, we're having Larson Implement, or, what's his name?
Isaac?
Isaac at Larson Implement, he's their mechanic.
Well, he does it at his house.
Well, he's, I don't know.
He owns a repair shop at his place too.
Yeah. So Isaac is putting the hydraulic pump in. I don't know, did you do the radiator yourself?
No,
Who did that?
these two.
Alright, that's good. That's good.
The young boys, they can handle it?
Yeah.
Well, it weighs 400 pounds easy,
Oh, yeah,
so.
it's not small.
It was good that a couple of younger guys took care of it, and they're putting a new core in it, so
Oh, good.
we should get it back next week sometime.
Wonderful.
So then we'll have that one done.
Wonderful. That's, you know, you can't have a big engine like that, 425 horse without cooling it.
No.
So,
Probably would be good.
yeah. So let's, move on to, is there any other, oh, wait a second here. Township maintain plow. Bid. Do we need to do anything on that 9775, Sean, or what? Here? No.
No, that's just keeping you guys in the loop more or less.
All right, let's move on to the new business, and it says here Pam Waters, is interested in a 5-member board.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, so I'm not sure how any of that goes, kind of doing my own, discussions with people on the side and whatnot. 3-member board seems to be a little bit, could be perceived as a little bit one-sided, one way or the other. 5-member boards for cities, townships, seems to be the way to go, that keeps it the most fair across the board, so that there's not 2 against 1, it really levels the playing field. I've been involved in the city of North Branch with their city council stuff as well, and the 5-member seems to be the most effective. And I just want to bring that to discussion with the people that I've talked to, it seems to be that would be encouraged. And how do we go about doing that? How do you guys feel about that?
I think that Urban Powers is a 5-member board. I think that gives you urban powers in it, similar to a city as far as what it gives you. So, it costs more money to have more bureaucracy. So as far as efficiency, it's not as efficient as a 3-member board. But as cities, or as areas grow in population, I think Athens has a urban powers, don't they, Sean? Yeah, so,
We got a 5 board in Harris too, they had 3 and then years ago they went to 5.
You're a city though.
the
That's all
city,
City township.
yeah, that's what you find in the
So I
city,
think-
so.
I think
I mean,
she's
it's
right.
up-
I think she's right, we should go
It
to 5.
could be a question applied to the annual meeting, and that's where the discussion, and Sean is checking with Rupi and what the legalities are. And so that's our attorney, it's our attorney, so we can get he can send us some information and a printout on procedure and that sort of thing. Yep, we can get that to you.
Didn't, during our last yearly town hall meeting, wasn't that addressed back then?
It was.
Yeah.
And the attorney said something about it, but I can't remember what it was.
You know, I can't either.
He just said they're typically not popular in townships. He represents 300. He had about 4 or 5 that have it. You're right. We did bring it here to the annual meeting. It got shot down. You guys can bring it up again. Do what you want to do.
Sure.
Yeah, because I wasn't at the annual meeting, I was at the annual meeting for Lent. What was the reason that it was shut down at the annual meeting?
People discussed it and didn't care for it, I guess. Well, you gotta realize that we're probably one of the more conservative areas, and so, it has to really be proven that we need to spend the money, what we're gonna get for
It was
it.
discussed at the annual meeting, then it was tabled until August when it was actually voted on again.
Was it
Correct.
voted on in August?
Not at this year's
That was
annual
2 years
budget.
ago.
Yeah, we
The
did.
year before, it was discussed at that annual budget, and then it was tabled until August, and then it was voted on then,
Okay.
so.
So if there's obviously there would be a cost increase, how much of an increase would that be?
Not much.
For some reason, kind of sticks in my head, and Bonnie could tell us better, take the cost of the 3 supervisors, that's what you'd wanna do, the cost of 3 supervisors divided by 3, 6, 7,000?
Well, offhand, yeah, cause you do some extra stuff, extra meetings are required, so yeah, I suppose.
So that, you're probably looking at 6 or 7,000
Per person, so it'd be
You're
times
per
three
person.
65, right?
No way.
On
It ain't
a
6,000
month,
per
just
person.
sitting, you guys here, right? Is that? if
Well, it depends on how many
Well, I think
meetings.
they just wanna know how much, I think the question was, how much would the additional 2 supervisors cost per year, so whatever these guys are making now, just add it to
Another-
the
Yeah, take,
Plus 2 more.
take and divide
Plus 2
the,
more, so, I mean.
Right.
it's- I
So
don't
if there's no side
That's
work.
pretty
in
much
there,
peanuts, ain't
there's
it,
2
Jen?
more supervisors, a supervisor makes what on a monthly?
$100.
it varies quite a little bit depending on what we do, because there's certain meetings we go to,
Yep,
and there's certain things we
but if we
do.
took it just straight across the board on a monthly.
That's why Bonnie'd have to take
$300
the,
bucks, or $200 bucks a month.
200 a month,
Yeah, so we'd be looking at a $2,400 annual increase to have a fair,
no, it'd be times 2.
No, it'd be,
You'd probably be 6 grand. 3,000 additional supervisor. They're averaging 1 to 2 meetings a month. I think Dean's at 2, Dean's at 3, Ron's at 3 this month, so I mean, 3 grand per each one times 2.
That ain't bad. Ain't too bad.
I don't think it's bad either, for the fact of having it a fair playing field. You guys are doing a great job, I appreciate what's going on with everything, but I just think sometimes when it seems to be there's 2 against 1, 2 against 1. Okay, is there a 1 man out? And I know I brought it up at the annual meeting, and I apparently had kicked a hornet's nest when I said, you guys, it almost seems like there's a good old boys club going on. And I don't know enough about that to know what's happening, but that sure brought up some buzz, which made me realize, I think a 5-person board would be really fair. We've got other opinions included, it's not 2 against 1, and maybe that's not it all the time, but that's what I've seen. Dean and I talked after that meeting, and
it doesn't sway me either way, except that we have additional cost for what we get. I don't know what we get.
What I see is, okay, you said 2 to 1, you know, or whatever in the vote, it would still be 3 to 2, it's the
yeah,
same
but
kind
there's
of.
other opinions involved.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know, I mean, I
And
feel
I
like
carry
we
this
get-
back again, Bonnie, just from my perspective on this, we're just not getting involved in the game on a regular basis. And when I had said that at the annual meeting, you guys, it almost seems like the good old boys club. Holy crap, that kicked a hornet's nest, which made me think, what is going on? Then maybe there should be some more opinions involved. And when I talked to Dean afterwards, and I was very condescended, and I didn't appreciate that at all, which made me that much more thinking, we need to have more people involved. So that's my opinion, and talking to other people, I gathered that same opinion, so I just wanted to come to that.
Yeah,
We'd have to get a bigger table.
Thank you,
We'd be the
Pam.
only
Thank
township
you.
in Isani
Yeah.
County with a 5-member board. That's, and we do have an election once a year if you don't like the mix up there. We can change it up and we can get different opinions through election. So, I don't know.
Go ahead.
If we had $1 million a year budget and we had a lot more stuff going on and we were paving maybe 2 miles of road a year, I could see it, but, just trying to keep our head above water on the gravel roads we have, I just can't see an adding expense. We're just sort of getting by.
But it wouldn't be that much. Like I said,
Cambridge,
6,000 is nothing for this township.
Cambridge Township has a 3-man board, and they have $1 million in reserve in the bank.
How'd they get that?
Well, they have, what do they have over there?
Should we have more than what we got Just saying.
It seems to me the hunting club or whatever kind of supports them a lot too. They must have a hunting club there or something. And maybe some gambling money, I don't know. Go ahead.
Based on our current budget as of today, and I know, things are a little different, but would our current budget support a five-member board today?
What's that?
Would our current budget today support a five-member board?
Your opinions change.
You can budget anything. I mean, it takes away from what we do on the road.
You have to take away from gravel.
Or raise the levy for that. Yeah, it's not impossible to do it.
No, not to put anybody on the spot, but since it was cracked open in a conversation, and if you don't feel comfortable in answering, I totally get it, because it's thrown at you right now. If it were to happen, how would you guys feel about it? Would you vote for it or against it?
You're probably looking at the most conservative person on the board right here. You know, I pinch your dollars really hard because I want you to get the best return for your money. And so I don't spend no money unless I see a good return. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
So you would vote against it?
Probably.
Okay. Any thoughts, Dean?
I'd have to see what the benefit would be in, I always see as a, more expenditure. As an expenditure, I'd rather spend it on like culverts or, stuff that we need to spend it on.
John?
I would probably have to vote for yes for it because of, we are growing. We are gonna grow.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we are going to be probably taking up. So yes, I would.
Well, good, let's move on to, is there any mail?
Nope.
Is there anything to know? Oh, there's two things that I wanted to bring up. Up on Spring Lake Trail, there's a guy right next to Crabtree's, Alan Crabtree's.
Yep.
That lives on the north side, and he must own land on the south side. And he comes down his driveway and he goes through the ditch